Good day, everyone. This is Dude, along with Kami.
Hello.
First off, apologies. A little bit of a slight allergy to fall weather. So I have a slight cough, so apologies if I cough a few times during this video. So today we'll be looking at and playing the Sailor Moon Crystal Dice Challenge. It's 2 to 8 players. 10 up.
As you can see, it's officially licensed Toei Animation, Discami Publishing Company, and Japanime Games.
Now, we have actually opened these boxes, mostly so we could read the rules for one, and steal out one part of it, which I'll get into in a second. So we have different tokens here, which Kami will actually start popping out as I go into. We have these nice lanyards here. We actually borrowed these out of the game, so we could use them while we were at an anime convention where we picked this up. So it was dual purpose. And there are two, essentially, badge holders or nameplate holders. And I'll get into that a little more. It's not directly mentioned in the directions, but there are rules for a tournament which can have a lot of people. More than even what was stated. Yeah, there it is. Unlimited number of players. You may need multiple sets for that. So
I would go so far as to say you'd probably need multiple sets for that.
We have the cards, which we'll get into momentarily. And then we have spare bag. Nice. Dice.
I want to say the spare bag is for these tokens.
Probably. Go ahead and dump out some dice. So yeah, if you want to expand this game, you don't need any special dice. These are just your standard D&D dice you can pick up for just a few bucks. Even at like GameStop, I think they sell them for like $3 for a set. And that's when they're not on clearance in their D&D section. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's just, these are standard dice. It even mentions if you're using more than, or having more than 2 people, you may need to pick up more dice. But the nice part is, nice generic, they're not making you buy anything outlandish.
Yeah, they're not selling extra packs of dice for $5 a shot or something.
Yeah.
Of their own.
Yeah. They sell extra cards with dice, which we'll get into momentarily. So we have fun. These are main cards. I forgot to see what. I love these character cards. Then I will ask Kami.
What am I being asked?
Did you notice anything in the directions about those, or?
They're on the back page.
Oh, Portal will play Dice Challenge on the go. Not only a normal tabletop board and dice game, but also a social interactive game you can play on the go. Included with this game are 2 sets, one for you, one for a friend, of convenient plastic card holders and custom Sailor Moon crystal lanyards to wear proudly around your neck. Additionally, we have included bonus showcase challenge cards you can load into your card holder to advertise that you are ready for a dice battle, which is also convenient for a convention. Didn't pay attention to that, nor was I trying to play this at the convention. We were doing other things. So, anyway, and we'll get more into the different reserve pool. These are the main dice. Each card has their own, labeling what they are. have your main dice and reserve, which goes into effect in additional rounds after the first. So we have, here I'm going to actually have Kami read these off.
Yes,
Please and thank you.
Sailor Moon. We have Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus. So your basic Sailor Scouts or Sailor oh goodness, Senshi, but I believe the new term is Guardians.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty
Pretty Guardians, Sailor Moon.
Yes, but they're still sailors as far as I understand. But
yeah,
it's just Sailor Guardian instead of Sailor Scouts, I believe.
In all fairness, we were attracted to this game more because of Sailor Moon and not so much Crystal.
The Crystal. But still. We have Princess Serenity. Queen Serenity. I just skipped one. Neo Queen Serenity. Sailor Chibi Moon. Luna and Artemis. Zoisite. Jadeite. Nephrite. Kunzite. Black Lady. I can't. Sapphire. That was upside down. Sorry. Rubius. Esmeralda. Prince Demon. I'll be honest, this was an earlier season, so I completely forget how to pronounce his name. Queen Beryl. Droids. King Endymion. And Wiseman.
As you see, plenty of characters to choose from. We also have the expansion, which a few bucks cheaper, but you do need the base technically, because this does not actually have all the rules with it.
Yes, this has the updated rules to include the new characters.
Specifically the one quote-unquote big bad in it, and the new special abilities to go along. So we're not going to really be playing with these today.
I'll still pop out the tokens.
We also have a nice lanyard, which I'm setting aside. Another card holder. 3 sets of dice. Very nice looking dice in this one. This one actually has a much easier reusable bag. Separate out advertisement cards. And we have Sailor Uranus. So make sure I'm in screen. Sailor Neptune. Sailor Pluto. She got downgraded by science. Very sad. Sailor Saturn. Sailor Saturn.
Sailor Santa? No. I apologize. I broke him.
Luna P. Kaolinite?
Kaolinite, yeah.
Thank you. Udile?
Udiel.
Thank you. I'm not good at some of these names. Mehmet?
Yes.
It has been ages since I've seen the original. Oh god,
it's been.
God.
Yeah, that hence why I was stumbling on the prince's name out of the jewels earlier.
Billy?
We'll go with that, yeah.
Cyprian and Pitl. I screwed that up. Mistress 9 is easy.
I believe Pitol.
Thank you.
Even if that's, I know that's.
Yeah, the extra.
I'm going with with what I seem to recall the old dub pronunciations. So apologies, because I know that Viz has updated theirs.
Yeah, I'm
We grew up in the Deke and Pioneer Genion era.
Yes. So, anyway, just showing off. Nice little expansion, get a few more dice. Enough for 3 people. Be fighting on 4. So we don't need the lanyards. So, okay. Oh, I did something special. You popped out the tokens. I forgot to put the tokens away. But that works. While I do that, choose from the stack there.
Okay.
Leave the tokens alone.
I was
I'll
just
take
going
care
to
of them.
move them closer.
I have long arms. Choose which player you want to be, or which character. If you would pull Mercury for me. I know, shock.
Well, it's not shocking to me.
Yeah.
Neither of these choices are a surprise to either of us.
You.
Because these are both our favorites. So what we're essentially going to have here is a sparring match between the two.
I just set out the red or orange as your secondary for your reserve pool.
Orange, I think.
As I set these aside. Okay, so we both will be taking one of these tokens.
Yes.
So now to explain.
Sorry.
I was going to explain this real quick with the dice. So this tells us which dice this character has. So have a D4, a D12, this is a D20, and 2 D8. That's a slight challenge. So one of the blue dice will be used. Which also works because now the reserve pool only comes into effect after we play, and if I lose or Kami loses, then she'll be able to take one from the reserve. So 2d10, d4, and a d6 in reserve. And then these dice don't get used. So back in the box they go.
In my case, I need to use one of the oranges because I have 2 D10s.
Yep.
And I have a D20.
I am very much underpowered in comparison. That doesn't... Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Lightning versus water anyway, so...
Yes, but we're also talking in terms of physical strength. That being said,
yeah.
Going by the rules of this game, dude still very much has a chance, depending on how his rolls go and how my rolls go.
So, and you'll notice there's lots of extra tokens here. So, the different cards, especially when I get away from the Sailor Scouts, so Tuxedo Moon, Mask.
Might as well be Tuxedo Moon, let's be honest.
I'm sorry, he's way overpowered. All the man does is throw a rose and go, hello! Okay, now clean up your own mess. He's a momentary distraction.
As the meme goes, my job here is done, but you didn't do anything. Away!
Yep. So each character, essentially, or grouping, has different things. Mass Defender, specific token, Legendary Silver Crystal. I'm not going over all of these, but Crystal Tokyo, Legendary Silver Crystal, Command Center, which is quite nice because they can actually re-roll dice before attacks, and Dark Kingdom and so on. Villains, a lot of villains have Dark Kingdom. Malefic Black Crystal for Black Lady, and Sapphire.
Yes.
So anyway, but Droid Dice, which is a very specific for this character. King's Hologram to actually protect the dice, and Death Phantom. But we're not getting into those right now. What we will get into is the planet power.
Yes.
And the reason we have 1 token each. So once during a match, so This is a game done in 5 matches,
Or 5 rounds.
about 5 rounds.
Best 3 out of 5.
Yep. So each round we're given 1 use of our special power, which essentially gives us an extra turn.
I believe the phrasing in the rules is that each match we get 1 use.
Oh, I may have
So-
misread that.
So in such a situation, we would really have to know that what we were doing.
You have to say each match.
Yes. So we need to
Okay, so
Yeah.
it can only be used once during the
Yeah.
5.
once during the maximum 5
Okay.
rounds, as it were, and each
That
round
makes a
is
lot more sense. Thank
each
you.
round is we both roll, and we figure out how things go from there.
So, to start off, we both take our main dice that are listed here at the top.
Yes.
Reserve are not in play right now for first round. And we both want to roll, trying to keep them somewhat close to us.
Nope.
And the lowest
I am
score.
going to move this closer
Yep.
without trying to.
So I have 2 4s and 2 7s.
I believe I rolled a 1 on my.
Yes, you go first. Now, Kami essentially has 2 moves she can do, as I pull it up quickly. We have what are referred to as power attacks, where she can take any one of her dice. So, for example, we'll point out the D10 there and go after, well, D12, because it has a lower value. So she can take that in a power attack. A skill attack, however, for example, could take the 1 and the 6 and go after the 7. One of the 7s, because a skill attack must add up to the dice you're trying to capture. And once a dice is used for either a die or dice are used for either a power or skill attack, they are then re-rolled. So,
Yes. So, I believe for my turn,
mm-hmm,
I am going to take my 10 that I rolled here
mm-hmm.
and take the D12 out of.
You've captured that, so just put it right on your
I'll
card.
put it right on my card.
Yep.
Roll this again. And this time I got a 3.
Okay. So, I definitely can't use a skill attack, but I definitely have brute force. So I will just go ahead and use that to capture your D10. Reroll D8. And that is horrible. So it is now Kami's turn.
So that would be. I grab all of my dice again, I believe. Or if that's the.
Hold on. Let's see here. Ash doing.
I could be wrong.
No,
There is no reroll step.
there is no reroll. Unless your ability has a reroll.
Which it does not, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a skill and take the
Yep.
4 because 3 plus 1,
Yep.
or 1 plus 3 since I'm gesturing
Yes.
that direction. And then these get re-rolled.
And that's the advantage of the skill, allows you to take 2 lower dice and try to make them much higher. Okay, so, and the thing is, I can't just pass, so.
Well, there is a pass.
There is a
rule,
pass, but only if I'm unable to do either a power or a skill. So, for example, if these were both 8, for example. Well, these add up to 9, I couldn't take an 8 with a 9 with a skill attack, and these would then also be lower. But because I can outpower one.
Which ones are these add up to 8?
No, I was saying if these
if
were
it was
an
added
8.
up to 8. Okay.
Yes, a d6 cannot be an 8. I'm just
I
using
just
that as
was,
an example.
Yeah, okay. That's clear now.
Yeah. So I'm going to use...
But that would mean that you can't use
Yeah.
either move,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? But-
Then it's passing.
Okay.
But since I can, I'm going to take the d8 and take out your d10.
True, yes.
Reroll. Hope for an 8. I got a 4. So it is now Kami's turn.
Yes.
Which dice are...
In the interest of trying to make this a little fairer, I will use my 12 to take the 2 here.
Thank you. Nice, a 16.
Well, I tried.
Now it is my turn. I cannot do anything, so therefore I pass.
And yeah,
it doesn't
because
matter.
it doesn't matter because I can do either in that situation. So we have reached the end of round 1.
Yes.
Not match 1, round 1. So at this stage, I believe we add up the value.
Yeah, so for example, I have 20 because I have no reserve. Or no remaining dice. For remaining dice, their values are added up and divided in half. So this is a d20 and a d6, so that's 13 on its own. And then you get the face value of the captured dice, which is more than 20. So Kami gets a victory token. Ta-da!
We will turn that
Yes.
like this, however.
So I will add these there as we quote-unquote reset. Now, for round 2, I now get to pull one of the dice from my reserve and add it in. Here, I'll add the red one in. Wait. I'm doing something weird. Anyway. So, okay. So now we re-roll just like the first game, our first round.
Ah. Crap. Should I just go ahead and re-roll this
Yeah,
one for
let's
fairness'
re-roll that
sake?
one.
For fairness' sake.
You're still going first either way, so.
Okay, so that's a 7 now. So I have a 1, 6, 7, and a 10 currently.
Yep. So you go first since I have a 2, 4, 7, 10, 12.
Alright, let's see here.
Now, for example, if we both had 2s, then it goes to the next dice and so on, but
Yes,
the 1 means Kami goes first.
yes. And I'm just trying to go, what is the best move here? I think the best move I have currently is use my 10 to take the 7.
Makes sense?
And then this will be re-rolled. And now it's a 5.
Okay. So I will take the 10 here and take the d20.
No!
I know of a bigger hitter. And now it is your turn.
Yes. In this case, I believe I'll be using my 5 to take the 3,
Makes sense?
and I roll a 5 again.
Yes. I will take my 4 and 2 to take the 6. Ouch. Oh, that backfired on me a little.
So I will use my 5, take the 2, re-roll, 10.
I'll use my 12 to take the 10. Big number, no whammy. 6. Dead center.
Now this is where things get interesting. Does it say anything about tied numbers as a power?
That is actually a good question. Must be greater than or equal to. So yes, you can.
So then I can take
Yes.
1 and roll a 5, which
I get to take.
then, yeah, we don't even have to.
So
So
I
at this
believe-
point, I am out of.
Yep, and
Dice.
because you had a D20, and I had only a few D8s, so I get a victory token this turn. Yay! So now you get to pull one from your reserve.
Okay, so that would be
Yeah, so hold on.
my reserve would be the orange ones, correct?
You didn't set up a reserve, did you? No.
No.
So the 6, the D20.
Oh, right, derp.
This is a D12, and the other. Do you have?
I have another D12.
Yeah. Okay. And these just go back in the box for now.
My mistake on that one.
Minor oopsie.
Yeah, it took a moment, but we got it sorted.
Yeah.
So,
D20.
yeah, D20. I
Yep.
gotta hit harder.
Yep.
I gotta hit harder.
Yep.
And you saw that coming. I know you saw that coming.
Oh, definitely. I just hope it's a low roll.
So I have 2 2s, a 5, a 9, and a 13.
I have a 1. So I get
Alright.
to go first again. Okay. I wonder which one I want to go after. I'm going to use the skill ability with the 5 and the 1 to take the 6. Wait, that's a 9.
That's a 9.
I can't math. I will do the 5 and the 4 to take the 9.
Taking one of my D20s right off the bat.
Yep. And I will immediately use my power. So I can't use that for the rest of the game. But now I get to play again. Yay! So I will. Let's see. I want to. Which one do I want to reroll? Say you. So I'm going to use this to take the D10. You were not an 8. You were a 4. I wish you were an 8. But now I have a 7. Yay. And now it is your turn.
So I'll use my 13. I think you were the bigger issue. I'm not a.
That's a 10. This is a 12.
I be blind
It'll
at times. Anyway, so there's that.
Reroll.
Reroll.
Please low.
15.
Poop. Okay, I'll do just no, I'll do a skill. That adds up to 5. So I can take this one. Ooh, an 8 and a 3. And now it is your turn.
So 15. Take the 8.
Yep.
Ah. Oh dear. I have rolled a 4.
I use my D8 to take it, since it's at a 5. And now it's a 1. You can choose whichever one you want.
I'm gonna take this one.
Low number, low number.
And immediately,
Good thinking.
so I can't use this again.
Yep.
But 5,
Yeah.
and then I re-roll this again.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 2d20, so I have 40 and 60 points on my end. I think I may have still beat you, technically.
Based off of value of the dice, potentially.
So 16 plus a d12. Yeah, I actually beat you because my card is lower value dice.
Yeah.
So the fun of, hey,
The odd way of balancing a mostly luck-based game.
yes. I was wondering that, actually. So, with that said, you now get to pull another die out of reserve.
Yes, and I have these ones for reserve, so I'll throw in one of my d12s.
Okay. And now we roll.
Okay.
Now it gets interesting. So,
1, 1, 3, 3, 6, 9.
so ones take themselves out, the ones take themselves out, the threes take themselves out. The 3 is lower than the 6, therefore you go first.
So. I have some concerns about my d20's
Yeah,
positioning here. So, I'm going to use that to take
makes
this
absolute sense to me.
and try and get a better roll on my d20. 16.
That is a much better roll. Okay, I am going to use my d4, take the d10, or d8. No, 12, excuse me. Oh god, I've not played enough
D&D.
physical.
D&D lately.
Yeah. Right back
And
to
it's
1.
just right back to 1. So, on that note, I think I'm going to use this,
Mm-hmm.
my other d20 to take the
10.
10, and then maybe I get a better roll on this.
Yes.
By 1.
Yeah. Now with the skill, although all my dice combined adds up to 10, I can only use 2 to add up, which would be 9.
So technically I just saved my d20
Uh-huh.
by doing that.
So I am going to use my d10 here, or d12. Yeah, that's a d12, which is at 3, to take your d10. There we go. And I got a 2. It don't look so good for me.
So this one is a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Capture this one. Is now a 7.
I can at least do a skill. Take the d6. Come on, big numbers. I got a 7 and a 1. So, depending on what you roll with whatever you take the 7 with, depends whether or not you just stomp me. Yep, made sense to me. And yeah, yours, because the 2 d20s are 10 each on your side. That already adds up more than what I get. Well, almost. Yeah, I came too shy of that, so. Okay, so now you
so
get a
then
victory
I get
token.
another victory token.
And
And the next round will decide it.
Yes.
Decide this match.
Yes. I will choose a D10. So. Okay.
Woohoo.
I got some nice gnats. Yay, I get to go first. Yeah, this is going to be a slight challenge, so I'm going to use D10. Take your D12. Come on, natural. That was not.
Sorry, just the way you said that. So let's see here.
Pardon me. So I get a cough suppressant.
Think I'm gonna use my 5 to take the other 5.
Makes sense.
And I roll an 8.
Okay, I am going to do a skill. My 8 and a 10.
To take the 18.
Yes.
There was a temptation there to re-roll that and see if I could get a 20, but the chances were so low of that.
So, that said, I now have. You were a 4. I have essentially hot garbage. 2 4s, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
So, I will take... I'll take my 8 and go for the 4.
Makes sense.
And roll a 7.
Okay. So the only move I have is to take 7. Hey,
Ooh, that's a... Well, it's still not the... Oh, there's a move to be done here.
Yeah.
I can see. So, I think I'm gonna use my 8, take the 7. Nine.
So, I can't do anything, therefore I have to pass. So, now it is your turn. Which die are you taking with your D6?
Yeah, that's... I'm just going like,
And then I might be able to capture the D6.
True.
If it's a 4
So I'll
or
take
lower.
take this one with my D6. Hey!
Yay, I get to capture it.
Ah!
Yay, I've lost. Which one are you taking? And as if you roll anything above a 1, you win.
Yeah. We'll make this a little more interesting. I'll take this one.
Okay. Didn't really matter.
I know, but...
And then, yeah, even with these halved, with everything, you would be the victor. Woo. So, good game.
Good game.
So, yes, this is actually quite fun. It is...
There's more strategy than it seems like on the first...
Yeah.
On first glance. It's like, oh, it's dice. It's completely RNG. And, yeah, there is some RNG, but... then it's just like, oh... you need to keep in mind the value of your dice.
Yes. And again, these are just standard dice. You can easily pick up other sets to expand if you'd prefer to have better colors. Because, hey, I wanted these to be metallic, or I had these nice glow-in-the-dark ones, or have ones with little ducks in them. Go for it. That doesn't affect the game at all.
The world is your oyster, as they say,
Yes.
in that regard.
Which is actually something I really liked about this. Was it's essentially a simplistic way to play with dice that you may already have for D&D or other similar games. And yeah, it's just a nice extra use of, get you into rolling, hoping for good rolls, and it's just fun. So anyway, thank you all for joining us for this slightly longer video as we show off and actually play a game. And we'll play this again in the near future.
Yes.
So, anyway, take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.